Hello, Revere, and welcome to our Revere Veterans and Community Show. Thank you for tuning in. Today we have a special guest. He's the administrator of the Moose Club. His name is Wesley Clemons. Wesley, thank you.
Hi, Morris. Thank
Before
you.
we start, Wesley is a Vietnam veteran. So, Wesley, instead of me talking about it, I'd love to have you do it.
A veteran, well, I got drafted in '67, ended up in the infantry, ended up in Vietnam in '68, and served my time there, got wounded, honorably discharged, and here I am today.
Did you get the Purple Heart?
I did.
Congratulations.
Bronze Star as well.
Bronze Star as well? Congratulations.
Thank you.
And to congratulate you, I have to give you this. We give this to special people, and you are a special person, really. This is from the Stop and Shop, the Revere Veterans Service, the
Very
Revere
nice.
Allied Veterans Council, the Fire Department. Thank you for serving our country. And let me thank you for serving your country.
Thank you. Thank you
I
very
salute
much.
you, by the way. A World War II vet to a Vietnam vet. Thank you.
Well, thank you as well.
Wesley, can you give us just a brief history of the Moose Club?
Sure. The Moose Club, well, that was started back in the 1800s by a group of men. Well, there was one particular who started the organization. And it was about families helping families. Times were tough back then, and it just caught on and it grew into what it is today. Today we have like over 2,600 lodges nationwide.
Right, and I got to ask you, does every state have a Moose Club? Or,
Absolutely, yes.
All 50
More
of them?
than one.
More than one?
More than one, yes.
So all 50 of them?
Yeah. I know how many we have in Florida. I mean, there's many lodges all over the country.
By the way, you have some great people that work for you,
do.
that work with you. I'm going to read their names, but I can't elaborate on them. You would do that. So let me
Sure.
tell you the first one. He's the new governor of the Moose Club, John Galitas.
John Galitas.
Tell us about him.
John is a great individual. He was the governor. He was a past governor before. He's the governor again. And he's always there to lend a helping hand. He's the fraternal leader of the organization. He presides over all the meetings. Among many other duties, he chairs all the committees. John's a very helpful individual.
Right, John.
An asset to the lodge.
Thank you, John. The next one we have is the junior governor, and this is Joe DeVoe, who happens to be Ed DeVoe's brother.
Yeah.
And Ed DeVoe is a great, great man for the Revere TV community channel. So tell us about it.
Well, Joe was equally great. He was also a governor of the lodge, and he sits as a junior governor now. But Joe does everything for the lodge. He goes one step beyond. He's our head chef. He cooks at all the events, and I really appreciate everything that Joe does for the lodge.
Now I understand why Ed DeVoe's are so chubby. Okay. Thank you, Joe.
He's a great cook.
And of course, the prelate or chaplain, Paul Weber.
Oh.
Now I've known Paul. Paul, you do a fantastic job, but you tell us about him.
Paul Weber always lends a helping hand. He's there for everyone. As a prelate, one of his duties is to visit the sick that are in the hospital and report on anybody that may be sick. And unfortunately, if we lose someone, a member, Paul's there to let us know what happened, and we preside over ceremonies for the deceased.
This is what I should have put
Yeah.
first, but I put it last. Well, not last.
Go ahead.
Tell us about your youth, the high school you went to, the public school you went to, where you grew up.
Oh, I grew up in East Boston. Went to the local schools here, Donald McKay. Then I graduated from East Boston High School.
How was it when you went to East Boston? Because East Boston's a lot different today than it was when I moved in.
East Boston, back when I was growing up, was predominantly Italian. And, of course, all that's changed now. But I think every city had, like, their predominant...
little group.
Yeah. But East Boston was a great community growing up. And I got married. My wife was from East Boston.
How many years?
I was married 34 years, before she passed on. And, yeah, so then we bought a house in Revere, and I've been here since '79. Yeah. Great community, Revere.
Now, Wesley, as governor of the Moose, I think while you were governor of the Moose Club, they did some renovations there.
Oh, yeah.
And I would appreciate if you could talk about the renovations, what the Moose Club does, not only for veterans, but what they do for functions and things. So we have a little logo that they can put up on the board when they get a chance.
Okay.
And then we'll do it about the Moose. So I
Sure.
believe it's the number of the moose is.
It's the lodge number is 1272.
So, Serge, if you get a chance, could you throw that up on the bulletin board for us, please? Okay. Tell us about Lodge 127.
Revere Moose Lodge 1272 is located on Broadway, 470 Broadway to be exact. We just passed our 400 member mark.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yes, it is. And we're adding members every day. It's become, it's catching on, and the lodge is growing. The women part of it has grown. So we've been full steam ahead.
Right.
And in doing so, we've done a lot of renovations down there to accommodate all the new members. We've added some new furniture downstairs, some seating. We changed the dance floor to the other end. It's really a nice place to come.
Right, the picture should be coming up pretty soon. By the way, on April the 27th, 2014, they're going to have the Wounded Veterans race at Suffolk Downs. The Moose Club does a lot of help for them. So could you
We
tell us-
participate in
Yeah,
that.
hold that up so they can see the logo on that there, Wesley.
Okay, I don't know if they can see that. The wounded vet.
There they go.
Yeah. But we participate in that. We have the Moose on bikes. It's called the Mob. And
Oh, you have your own group
we
there?
do.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So our Moose on bikes. And they also join up with the Wounded Vet Run. And they help raise money for these guys. These veterans that are coming home and need some assistance. This helps with all their
Right. Now,
handicap needs.
Wesley,
Yep.
I have the pictures here, but we're going to start off. I don't know if they're going to be in the same order. This is the veterans thing. Now, one in the middle,
Yep.
that veteran in the middle is a triple amputee, by the way. Lost both legs and an arm. And this is the thing that's going to be running on April 27th, I believe,
Yep.
2014, and it has a rain date
Yep.
of May the 4th. Yep. So, Wesley, I'm going to give you these pictures. These are your Moose Club. You can tell us all about them. And you can hold them
Okay.
up and they'll show them to you.
Okay, I don't know if they can see it. Well, it's hard to see, I guess.
Yep. There you
There
go.
you go, right here.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, there it is, right on the board. Tell us about that, Wesley.
Okay, in fact, well, that's the front of our building, obviously. And that's a new awning we had just put up about a year ago.
And that's 470.
470 Broadway. And that's the entrance to the lodge. As spring approaches, we have some flower baskets outside where we used to decorate. The hall looks very nice. We have benches outside
Yep.
for members to go out and smoke, because there's no smoking at the lodge.
And for old folks like me who can't stand up. Okay.
So that's the inside.
Good. Let's see the next picture on there. Tell us about. Oh, that's
Okay.
pretty.
This is our hall, our newly renovated hall. And this happens to be that was a clam bake we had. And you can see the stage was set up for a photo op. So people could go up there like they were on a cruise, have their picture taken. That was a very nice.
By the way, who did all
very
this
nice
nice,
time.
beautiful work? Was it volunteers or you had?
We have Women of the Moose that help decorate. They do all that. That's their job, to decorate and promote all this. And
The Women of the Moose?
yes.
Name a couple for us.
Well, there's a few of them. There was Joanne Fury was part of that. She did a lot of this.
They did a beautiful
Yeah,
job.
there's Jules. There's a whole lot of women down
Right.
there who participate.
And by the way, you have a great DJ that plays over there. His name is Smokin' Joe.
Smoking Joe, he's
Tell
my
us a
cousin.
little about him too.
Smoking Joe's my cousin.
That's all right.
But, yeah,
Don't
he
be
plays there.
bashful.
He plays there on a Friday or a Saturday. He's booked. We have about 7 or 8 DJs on an alternating basis.
Wow.
So we never have the same one. Friday night might be Smoking Joe. Saturday night by Mike and Diane. So yeah, it alternates all the time.
I got to say this here. I hope someday to have your cousin Smokin' Joe on the show because
Yeah.
we saw him down at the Don Orion home,
Yeah.
and he was fantastic. He had the elderly people hopping, and now they all need canes and walkers.
He's a great guy. He does a great job DJing.
Excellent.
Oh, well, there's Joe DeVoe, Ed's brother, as you
Yep.
say.
What's
And this was part of the clam bake that we had. And right there we have a raw bar set up. So he's shucking all the shells right there, the cherry stones and oysters.
Oh, he's the chef?
He's the chef. He's the head chef, Joey. So he's setting all that up. And for $25, that was a great time for all the
Right.
members.
What are these?
Oh, there's the governor right there, John Galatas.
Oh, where was this taken?
This
by
is
the
one
way?
of our golf outings, and I'm not sure where this one was, but there's another one coming up. We do them down the Cape.
And this one here?
This is the outside the lodge. We're waiting for the Columbus Day Parade to come by. So there's all the members out front. We actually had cherry stones
Oh,
out
yeah,
there.
there's the Columbus Day.
One of our floats going by.
And
some
you
of
know
our
these
members.
two there?
That's Carl Michelle and Jules, the one I just mentioned.
Oh, yep.
that helped. And I'm not sure. One was Cindy Mackey, and I'm not sure the other one.
Boy,
This hall was decorated. One of the parties they were having upstairs, one of the members was having a party. Graduation, I believe. And this is the decorations. The hall shows very well. This is Toys for Tots
when do you
drive.
have Christmas time?
Christmas time. We did two of this particular year. And these are all the toys that got donated to the Marines for Toys for Tots.
Hold that picture. Don't change that. So if people want to donate toys to the Moose Club,
They can bring them down.
tell them how they can get a hold of you either by telephone, email, or drop them off.
Just come right down into the lodge, bring whatever gift you may have to donate, and we'll put it on display until the Marines pick it up.
And what kind of stuff like do you have there that you would like them to donate, Wesley?
Just think of a boy or a girl and something they might like, you know.
Do they have to be new toys, or they can be?
We prefer new toys. We prefer new toys for the drive. Nothing used.
Anything on clothes or anything too?
Because these get wrapped, huh?
Did they need clothes? Or can they...
We have a clothes drive. We have a winter coat drive, and to help people that are homeless and get them some coats and some clothing.
Okay, that's good. That's pretty there, what you do there,
Yeah,
Wesley. So,
thank you.
to the Moose Club, thank you for what you do.
Thank you, thank you.
Next, now this is our logo, the Revere Veterans and Community. Before we continue, Wesley, there was a card sent to me at the Senior Center. And is it okay if I take a minute
Sure.
of your time to read it?
Sure, why not?
By the way, folks, this card is from Mr. Al Morelli. For you who did not know Al, he was my administrator and the Revere Senior Center administrator for 35 years. And when he left, we took up a little collection for him, so to thank him for the work he did for us. So he sent us a card. I'd just like to read it to you. To everyone, thank you for your gift. It was such a kind and thoughtful, extra special thing to do. My wishes to all of you. Al Morelli. And if you can get a picture of the card here, just the card, and say, so from Al Morelli to all the seniors, thank you. And from all the seniors to Al Morelli, thank you for your service, Wesley.
Thank you.
So he's a veteran, too, of the
Yeah.
community. 35 years,
And it's
community veteran. Okay, Wesley, tell us what else you would like to talk about. Oh, what do you think about what do you see for the Moose Club in the future? What would you like to see him in the future? Tell us about, and the functions you do, too, by the way.
Yeah, our functions have grown tremendously since we renovated the hall, and of course we rent to members only. So anyone that wants to rent the hall,
Oh, it's got to be only for members?
only for members.
What about
it's
the
in our
family
bylaws.
members? Excuse me, the family members? Like if I...
Yes.
Oh, they can bring...
But if anyone wants to rent the hall and wants to become a member, they can come down to the lodge, and it's not a big deal to become a member there. We can help them do that, and they can rent the hall.
Is there any age limit to becoming a member?
21 or over.
21 or over. So I hope you folks are getting this here, Wesley. What else would you like to say before? We got plenty of time left, so I don't...
Yeah. Well, I'd like to talk about the organization a little bit.
Go right ahead.
We're a very charitable organization. We raise a lot of money all year long for different charities, community needs. Revere High School, we just donated some money to them. Revere Little League, $300. They just asked us for our help. The Beachmont School needed some money, some funds, so we donated to them. So throughout the entire city, we help all the organizations with their needs.
Now, which one, of all the organizations that you mentioned, which one is the largest Moose Club and where is it located? If you could, approximately the largest.
Well, I guess you would say
New York, maybe?
must be, well, no, we have lodges all over the country, like I said earlier, 2,600 of them, and overseas as well.
What countries overseas? Let's go.
Well, they're in England. We have lodges over in England.
Right.
And a few other places there, I'm not sure, but they're everywhere. International organization.
France probably too then.
Well, there's a few over there.
Yeah.
But we have, I guess our pride, joy would be the Moose Hut in Chicago. That's where we have the Child City. And we have 1,200 acres out there. And we raise money for those children all the time. Each state in the country has a house there. We have the New England house, where we house children from New England. We have the New York house, Texas
When you say
house.
house children, you mean homeless?
Kids that unfortunate because of some reason or another, and ended up, like, let's not say you had a grandson.
A great grandson.
And, well, let's say, and he's fallen on some hard times. Maybe the mother can't take care of him, father, maybe on drugs. There's a lot of situations out there. And you're feeling that need, you can't take care of them. So you, as a member of the Moose, and you don't have to be, but you can take them to what we raised them right there.
Right. You just happened to mention drugs, and I have to say to you, they want to make drugs well, marijuana legalized for medicinal purposes in there. Colorado and Washington State, those two states, you can just walk in and buy this stuff. Mm. But I don't think it's a good idea for the kids, especially our youth around here. Yeah. How do you feel, if I was going to ask you, how do you feel about that? I don't feel it's good. So that's my opinion.
Yeah. Well, you know, not to get involved in that discussion.
No, I mean
but I mean, I know there's some uses for it, and the medicinal uses, but we don't want to give the kids the wrong message, you know, that this is the way to go through life. If you've fallen on time, some cancer victims, this helps with their pain, or some other people, and I guess there's a need for it. It's proven to be a need.
So that should be administered strictly in the hospitals or in the doctors.
I guess that would have to be, you know, looked at, but yeah, but we don't want to give the kids the wrong message.
Right. Now, Wesley, can you just hand me that flag?
Sure.
As you know, at the meeting we had at the Revere Allied Veterans Council, which is your part organization, we mentioned something about donating shredder flags, and they have a beautiful, I don't know if you've seen it, they have a beautiful box that was made, I think it was made by the high school kids, at 249 Broadway at the American Legion in the rear. Tell them what kind of flags they should donate. I mean, they cannot throw a flag in the garbage.
No.
So tell them what they should do with the flags.
There's a proper disposal of the flags, and the Revere Allied Veterans has like you said, containers throughout the city. I don't know where all the
the first one is at 249
the American Legion.
Right.
So if you have any flags that are worn and tethered, bring them there. Do not dispose of them.
Can they drop them off at your place too if they wish to?
Bring them to the Moose Lodge. We'll make sure they get properly, you know, placed where they need to go. And then we have a flag burning ceremony.
Right.
At some time during the summer months.
That's usually at the Matola Post.
Matola Post, and it's the proper way to dispose of the American flag.
Right. So, folks, if you have a flag that's shredded, torn, ripped, or has holes in it, please do not discard it in the garbage bucket. And drop it off either at the Moose Club 407.
And do not display it.
Definitely.
Do not display it.
Right, and drop it off at 407 Broadway.
470 Broadway.
470? Yeah. 470 Broadway, as well as 249R Broadway, American Legion downstairs. Now, Wesley, what do you have coming up in the future? What some of the functions that you have coming up in the future at the Moose Club?
Well, it's a long summer. We're hoping it's a nice hot summer. We have some barbecues every Saturday on the summertime for our members.
When you say barbecue, just for the members?
It's for the members.
But they can bring their friends with them?
Bring a guest.
Oh, okay.
We always encourage you to bring a guest, show them the lodge, show them what we do down there, show them our primary goals. If you bring them on a Tuesday, we designate a day and come down and give them a free drink and welcome to the lodge. And as a member, you can bring a male guest in up to 3 times. After the 3rd time, they must sign up.
What do you mean by a male guest?
Well, let's say I wanted to bring someone into the lodge, or you as a member wanted to bring, you can bring a male guest in up to 3 times. 3rd time, he has to sign up. But you can bring a female guest as many times as you like. It's in the bylaws.
So in other words, you're giving the female more advantage than the males?
Well, and the same thing is, a woman can bring in another woman
Oh.
up to 3 times, then she must sign. But she can bring a male guest in as many times as she like.
Oh, that's pretty
But
good.
you can bring family members as often as you like as well. So you can bring your son, your grandson, your brother, or...
By the way, talking about family members,
Yeah.
that's one thing besides you mentioned your wife. You got any grandchildren?
I don't have any grandchildren, but
Any children?
I have my daughter and a son.
Give them, tell us their
Uh-huh.
names.
Michael, my son, Michael's my youngest. He's 29 years old.
And what does he do, Wesley?
He's a tech at the bank what bank is he? Federal Bank, Home Loan Bank. He does security for that bank, computer security. Make sure no one hacks into the banks.
Okay, I'll have to
computer
cancel my
system.
plans then.
Yeah. It's not a consumer bank. It's a bank that other banks go to for loaning money.
What else?
And my daughter's in nursing school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my daughter's a nurse too, by the way. She
So-
graduated. She works up in
Yeah,
Newburyport.
she's doing very well.
Yep, so that's
So I'm
pretty
proud
good.
of my children.
Yep.
Very good kids.
There was another gentleman that was on the Moose. His name was Dan Zwicker, I believe.
Dan Zwicker.
How's he doing, by the way?
We call him Danny Pizza.
What, did
Well,
he,
he was a pizza maker at one time.
oh, but did he make good pizzas?
I never had it. That's the nickname they pinned on him.
You know, I hate to say this, but everyone that we mention over here at the Moose Club, it's not thin. I mean, they're nice and chubby. Is it all because of Mr. DeVal's cooking?
Joe DeVoe. We have some other great cooks down there, though.
Do you?
We have Sunday morning. We have breakfast every Sunday morning.
That's good.
It's $5, all you can eat. And Jim Kelly is the breakfast cook down there. But he also helps in the kitchen upstairs during different times. We just had our St. Patty's Day party. He helped up there cooking all the food along with Joe DeVoe.
When you mentioned the
Padone.
breakfast, excuse me, Wesley, when you mentioned the
Yeah.
breakfast, tell us exactly what the breakfast consists of.
Well, you can have eggs,
mean, like
omelets,
Yep.
pancakes, waffles, just about anything, any breakfast that you can think of, he puts it together.
So if I want to gain weight, all I got to do is come to the
Come
Moose
down
Club.
there, breakfast order for $5.
That's-
Bring the kids. We always like the kids down the lodge. So it's a fun time Sunday mornings.
By the way, you also do you have suppers or dinners too?
Oh, we do.
Like every Sunday or every lunches?
Well, during football season, we have what we call halftime meals. So
What does that
it's always
consist of?
well, it's always different. You never know. You can get a baked ham dinner, or pasta, some type of pasta, or a fish. There's all different food, and it's everyone signs their name on the list who wants to cook and show off their culinary skills. So you never know what you're getting.
And Joe DeVoe does that too?
Well, Joe DeVoe has many of them, but there's a lot of members who like to cook. Some will make their famous chili. Everyone has a special dish. A meatloaf.
I got to tell you, this Carlton Hotel in Boston hears about Joe DeVoe. They may steal him.
He's a devoted member.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
great, Wesley. Wesley, we have about 4.5 minutes. I'm going to give you 3 of it to take whatever you would like to talk about.
Well, there's so many things I'd like to say, but I'd like to, reach out to new people who are thinking of becoming a member to come on down, help us with our endeavors, Moose Art. We have a place called Moose Haven down in Florida for our seniors. Who,
Can you expand on that?
Sure. It's down in Florida, outside of Jacksonville, Florida. Our own facilities down there. We have a
What do you mean for seniors? You mean
For seniors.
The elderly?
for the elderly. As long as you've been a member of the Moose Lodge for 15 consecutive years,
Right.
you'd be entitled to go to Moose Haven down in Florida.
How old you got to be to go?
Retirement age.
60?
Yeah, once you start getting your Social Security checks,
Yep.
and you find yourself maybe not having enough funds to live somewhere, we have a facility down there.
That's
We give you your own room. You live, your own apartment. If you need medical assistance, we have our own hospitals down there that we take you in. We have our own fire department.
So you got your own little village.
It's our own little thing. We have our own zip code. That's how big it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
And I've
good.
been down there to visit. It's very nice. If you need assisted living, we have assisted living facilities. So it's a good thing.
Is it for couples and singles?
Couples as well, yeah.
That's good.
So you can end your lives down there right at Moose Haven, right on the banks of the
What's the
the
nearest
river.
big city near there?
I think Jacksonville. Is a big
Jacksonville.
city, yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you, this would have been a winter to go down because it was cold
Yeah.
up there, Wesley.
So there's a lot going on down at the becoming a Moose member.
Right.
So once you become a Moose member of this lodge, you can go to any lodge throughout the city, throughout the world. So it's nice.
I was going to ask you, like the ones that you just mentioned about the whole down in Florida. Do they pay anything to live there, or if they're like a Social Security?
I think you give up your Social Security check.
They take care of everything for you.
They take care of everything for you.
So it
They
don't
take
make
care
any
of all your
difference.
needs.
So in other words, it don't make any difference how much Social Security you get. One guy could get
Right.
600, another guy could get
Right.
1,000.
Right, right. You give that to them. They'll take care of your room and board, your own room, your own apartment.
Entertainment, any entertainment.
All entertainment down there. They take you out to dinner. They do everything for the seniors down there.
Right.
It's a great place to live. You feel safe. It's a gated place, so it's very nice.
Right, Wesley. Well, I
Yeah.
guess I want to thank you for coming down here.
Oh, pleasure.
And most of all, Wesley,
Yeah.
I got to be honest, I want to thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you.
I mean,
and
a
thank you for
recipient of
yours.
the Bronze Star, of Purple
Yeah.
Heart, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And to all our people, thank you for listening. God bless the city of Revere, the people of Revere, all our troops, but most of all, this great country, the United States of America. Thank you. Till the next time.